Sometimes I have to wonder when you're watching these TV shows, are people trying to piss off the audience? Dan and Dave, were they just really tired of working for HBO and they just said, fuck you all, we're out of here? Well, that's how watching episode 3 of season 8 felt like. Now, let me just start off by saying this episode had a lot of great stuff. Things we've been waiting 8-9 years to see. You had dragons killing other dragons. The White Walkers are finally out in the open. They're doing battle. We haven't really seen that since, I think, season 5. There was a lot of great stuff. But then we get to the end. What the fuck? Arya kills the Night King? Why? What would ever possess you to do this? It makes no damn sense. This is a clear lack of intelligence on the part of the writers. It's unbelievable. Okay, the way this story is set up, you're sort of in parallel, right? You got Jon Snow up at the wall where he's dealing with this ancient evil, the great war, the great enemy, blah, blah, blah. And then you have stuff going on down south. You have the more political stuff. You have war between the Lannisters and the Starks. You have all the different parts of the Seven Kingdoms getting involved, getting screwed up. Okay, it's great. So what's Arya's journey? Let's go back to the beginning. She is supposed to be a lady, traditional woman in the Seven Kingdoms, sort of a medieval-ish woman. But no, she's not like that. She's really good with a bow and arrow. She wants to learn how to fight with a sword, sort of be like her brothers. And what happens? So you got Jon Snow gives her needle. She starts to learn to fight with Braavosian, water dancing master. Then she ends up going to Braavos, studying with the Faceless Man. She becomes a Faceless Man, a mass murderer, basically. Her whole story is about the devolution of not fitting into your proper, in quotes, place in society. So she's supposed to be sort of more like her sister Sansa, but she learns to throw that aside and she eventually becomes no one. And out of this no one, she sort of builds herself back. If you look in the books, her whole arc is devolving into no one. She has wolf dreams where she becomes Nymeria and she's running around with packs of wolves. She becomes different people almost to the point of her not recognizing herself anymore. And what happens? What do they do in this stupid show? Why would she be the one to kill the Night King? It makes no damn sense. The whole show has been setting up Jon needs to have a battle with the Night King. They're almost the polar opposites. Then you have Daenerys thrown in. Okay, Daenerys is great. She could be the one to kill the Night King. You have certain other people who were in the show that also wouldn't have made sense. Like, you had Jaime Lannister, the Hound. These people also would not have been good to kill the Night King. Maybe you could have had Bran kill the Night King. What this is, it's like if you watched Endgame and it's like Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor never got to fight Thanos, but instead Wong comes up and kills him. Like, what the hell, man? So here's the thing. Maybe Arya could have got in some blows, but it doesn't make sense. And you got a lot of people saying, oh, well, this was set up from a long time ago. No, my friends. In the first book, I think it was like in episode 1 or 2, where Jon gives Arya a needle. He says to her, one day they're going to find you dead in the snow with a needle, right? And he's referring to like a knitting needle. But after she gets needle, her sword, okay, that becomes the metaphor. So they say a bunch of things. We have the prophecy of the prince who was promised. Last season, we have one of the Red Women or not one of the Red Women, one of Dany's helpers says, oh, in Old Valyria, the word for the prince is actually gender neutral, so it could be prince or princess. Okay, that's great, but that's more of a trying to figure out, is Dany or Jon this prince who's promised? It doesn't make sense for Arya because she's only a princess because Jon becomes the king of the North. But that still doesn't make any sense because Jon is Rhaegar's son and Lyanna Stark's son. So how does that make Arya a princess? It doesn't. Then you have some other things. They say, oh, well, she had this magic Valyrian dagger. Okay, cool. The dagger's great, but it was never really shown as any significance, anything special in the show. So it's great she has it, but they spent more time on the sword ice, on melting it down, and forging new swords that Jaime and Brienne have. So what's up with that, man? This makes no sense. You have Jon, he has long claw. Wolves have claws. That makes more sense. This is just, I don't know, why would you do this? Is this fan service? But to what fans? I mean, Arya's great. I've loved her, but she just comes out of nowhere. Can she teleport? How did she get through that whole crowd of undead? None of that makes any freaking sense. And then I like the aspects of the battle where she gets overwhelmed and all of a sudden she's scared. She's back to original Arya, running from all the problems. She can't stand and fight. But then Melisandre says, what do we say to the god of death? Not today. And that inspires her. What? Okay, it inspires her. That's nice. But that has no special meaning other than I'm not going to die today. You know, it would be like Worf in Star Trek saying, today is a good day to die. You know, it's like an inspirational thing. So, my God, I don't know who planned this. I don't know why you would do it. Oh, and George R. R. Martin, sweet Jesus, do not do this to us in your books. You want Arya to be there fighting? Okay, I'm down with that. That's pretty cool. But to have her actually kill the Night King? No, man. It's got to be Jon, Daenerys, or Bran. That's it. Subverting tropes doesn't mean random stuff happens. This is like Rian Johnson Last Jedi level bad.